Hey folks, it's Lev. Welcome back to another video. For those of you who are new and you're seeing pronouns, little random health update. My IBS has been really weird and off these past few days, and I've had a few bathroom runs. It's just weird and playing up, and psychologically, I can't really think of anything that's setting it off at the moment. So it's very complicated, and there are a lot of puzzle pieces to this whole IBS gut brain nervous system thing, and I don't have all the answers, so I'm still learning and I'm still trying to figure things out. And today I did kickboxing for the first time in my life. It wasn't a class, it was just like I turned on a YouTube video and I followed it. And that's what today's video is going to be about, I guess. Missing things and miracles, and I will give context as to why today's kickboxing is significant. So, in December of 2019, I went ice skating for the first time in my life, and I had a serious ice skating accident where I slipped and I fell on my knee, and it just went like, I mean, all of the weight went on my left knee as I was falling, and my entire body weight crushed my knee essentially. There were like no bone breakages, but muscle damage, and it was like severely bruised and swollen, and I was limping for like a month. It was a really bad accident, and the reason why that happened is because it was my first time ice skating, and I put way too much pressure on myself to get it right essentially, and I wanted speed, and I tried going really fast without holding a thing. I tried going really fast, and then I accidentally slipped and I fell, and my body weight crushed my knee, and then yeah. So I was essentially, more context. So I have been doing taekwondo since I was 13 years old. It's been on and off in my early 20s, late teens, early 20s, but taekwondo has been a significant part of my life, and I've been training that for a very long time. And ever since that ice skating accident, I have not done taekwondo or any form of martial arts that involves kicking, because I can't kick with my left knee because it's injured, and I also don't want to kick with my right knee because when I lift my leg, all the weight goes on my left knee, and I don't want all the weight. But the left leg is the supporting leg essentially. If I kick with my right leg, the left leg is the supporting leg that holds me up, and I can't kick either way with either leg. So I was out from taekwondo end of 2019 until now essentially, where I tried a kickboxing to see how I felt, and my knees are fine. And after today's kickboxing, I just felt this feeling of pride, satisfaction, and the feeling that hit the most was the feeling that hit hardest was like, fuck, I miss doing this so much. And I knew I missed taekwondo and doing like kicking martial arts, but I didn't realize the extent to which I had been longing for it subconsciously, because once I finally trained using my legs again to kick, it's just, there's just like this deep sense of fulfillment. It also did hurt, not just like physically from the knee injury, but psychologically, emotionally, knowing that I couldn't do taekwondo for who knows how long. I honestly thought, at first, I thought this knee injury was permanent. I didn't go to a doctor or anything, I just knew that I had to ice it and let it rest and not do kicking martial arts or anything like that. I It's like taekwondo has been with me for half my life essentially, and then suddenly the ability to practice it just stripped away suddenly, and I didn't know how to deal with that, and I felt pretty sad. But then eventually I thought, like, why don't I do boxing? It doesn't not it's not striking with the legs, and my arms aren't injured, so I could do boxing. And that's why I started boxing, because I was out from taekwondo and I knew I wanted to do a martial art, but then I couldn't use my legs. So boxing came to mind. That's how I started boxing. Okay, I remembered I did go to a doctor. But I only got an X-ray and then there were no bone breakages, so I knew there was something to do with tendons or ligaments or muscles. But I didn't go to the doctor again to get scans for that. I got an X-ray scan and it was clear with of bones, and yeah. Another example of things I miss is that hanging out with certain people in my chosen family, like one of my friends. I hadn't had a proper conversation with her since for 2 months. Like by proper conversation, I mean like a phone, video, or face to face hangout, not like just messaging each other or texting each other, like an actual voice conversation. And I don't know, I've been longing for this. And I don't know, there is this power in just me hearing my friends' voices and just talking to them using like using a platform where I can actually hear their voice and not just text. It's just in a way it's very healing for me and I don't know why. But yes, back to my friend. It's just it happens. Life gets busy and we both need our own space and then we sort of not talk for a while. That sounds really bad, but it's not bad, and it actually feels right for me, and it feels right for my friend as well. It's just natural breaks that happen in the friendship, and it doesn't feel off whatsoever. So I know it's healthy because it feels right for both of us. So it's healthy, and it doesn't mean that our friendship is going downhill or anything. It's just a healthy break. But I really miss her, and I'll talk to her soon. But yeah, distance and being away from someone or something really makes me value it more. Like, I value my friends already and the things I have and my ability to do boxing and whatnot, and taekwondo and kicking. But once, like, there is like time, once I'm sort of like spaced from it, for example, my knee injury in taekwondo, it makes me realize even more how important things and people, certain people are to me. Time back to friends, every time I hang out with my close friends, I treasure like literally every minute of our hangout and I document things, like I vlog a little bit and I take a bunch of photos because I always say to them, I don't know when I'll be seeing you next. And you know, in the meantime, when we don't see each other, the only thing I have to look back on is, our little vlogs and our photos that we took together. I say that to literally all of my friends that I hang out with. And yeah, another one of my friends, I haven't seen her for over a month because of like COVID lockdowns, and we're both busy working, and then like we have to like book with each other in like 3 weeks in advance because we have limited weekends and stuff like that. Another thing that when I was younger, I took for granted was the ability to walk. So when I was 16, I developed a cute but serious medical condition. It was an autoimmune disease, and both of my legs had open wounds on them, and I was limping for like 6, 7 months. And I rode my bike to school on wounded legs and in severe pain every day. And even showering was a pain. I literally had to get like a Glad wrap and wrap it around my wound because I couldn't get soap in it. And doing all of these very painful things. And I I didn't realize, I didn't truly appreciate the value of being able to walk and having the ability to be freely mobile and just like do things like sit down, stand up very easily without a bother or a hassle. I took that for granted until I experienced that medical condition, and then I know what it feels like to, I can't walk properly. I don't know, just like being stripped from something or having something in our life suddenly not be there anymore or losing the ability to do something, it really makes me think a lot. And I guess as I've gotten older and started to truly appreciate the value of more things, I'm just living with a lot of gratitude at the moment. Even though, not everything in my life is going the way I want it to go or the way I expected it to go, I have a lot of people and things to be grateful for. And I'm not going to forget about it just because I may be going through a rough time. Back to the knee injury again, I guess sometimes miracles do happen because again, I thought this would be a permanent injury and I would never be able to do taekwondo or any other kicking martial arts ever again in my life. But I can, and it's a miracle that it's not worse than it was. And I guess even with negative or difficult experiences, there's always a silver lining in it. Like, had this knee injury not happened, firstly, I would probably still push myself really hard and expect myself to get it right and to excel in something the first time I try it. And I would probably end up physically or psychologically injuring myself unintentionally in the future. And secondly, had this knee injury not happened, I wouldn't have not done boxing, and I would learn so much about boxing and realize how much I enjoy it, and develop my hand speed and my upper body strength. Because when I was doing taekwondo, I mostly focused on my legs. I did learn how to punch, but it's not as elaborate and sophisticated as techniques in boxing because boxing uses the hands mostly. Taekwondo predominantly uses the legs, and now I know both taekwondo and boxing and starting to learn kickboxing, which is to me sort of combining taekwondo and boxing together, minus the more advanced kicks in taekwondo. It's just, yeah. I'll end with this. Just because you're injured, it doesn't mean that you can't do something. Thanks for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next video.